In 5 years, we'll have probably, so 5 years being, say, 2031, I think digital intelligence will exceed the sum of all human intelligence.
Hmm.
That there will be, in 5 years, probably, there might be let's say at least 100 million humanoid robots, but maybe a billion.
I think AI may exceed the sum of human intelligence in around 5 years.
In 5 years?
Roughly 5 years is my guess. So there really won't be anything that AI can't do better than humans, apart from being human, perhaps.
At a more prosaic level, what will life be like?
The most likely outcome is an age of amazing abundance, where anyone can have anything they can think of. This may sound preposterous, but well, here we are in 2026. Let's see where we stand in 2036. Now, of course, there are things that could derail this, like a massive global thermonuclear war or something like that. But assuming that there's not World War III, I think we're headed for an age of amazing abundance. So this is, I guess, a message of optimism and excitement about the future.
You're sure that humans will no longer be in control in 10 years' time?
I think it is unlikely, in the same way that if you had a vastly more, if the difference in intelligence between AI and humans is vastly greater than the difference in intelligence between AI and chimpanzees, it's hard to imagine that the chimpanzees would be in charge.
I'm really
And
struck
we
by
are
this.
essentially an evolved form of chimpanzee. So it wasn't that long ago that we were swinging through the trees, eating bananas in the jungle. And we still eat bananas.
You said there was a 10 to 20% chance of killer robots wiping out humanity.
Yes.
So you sounded worried then. Now you seem very relaxed about it. Have you changed your view?
I still think there's risk associated with AI and robots. It's not zero. I guess I've come to my sort of philosophical conclusion is to look on the bright side. I can't see any way to really stop this incredible momentum of AI and robots. And at times I sort of think, well, perhaps, even if there was a stop button, we probably shouldn't press it, because the most likely outcome is incredible abundance for all.
That's what I thought, actually. It struck me that now you seem to have decided it's inevitable. Let's hope for the best and go for the ride.
Yeah, I mean, yes, pretty much. Let's enjoy the ride. Is I think my philosophy at this point. Because I mean, honestly, there seems to be just an inexorable progress here in AI and in robots. That
But
even if I wanted to stop it, I couldn't.
do you think there's still a 10 to 20% chance that killer robots mean the end of humanity? That's a high P-doom, as they say.
Well, in the long run, we're all dead, of course. So I mean, according to the standard model of physics, the end of the universe is a long, boring, sort of thin, gray soup of gradual cooling. Meaning it's sort of the heat death of the universe is called. So now, if the heat death of the universe is in fact the outcome for our reality, then it really is all about the journey. Because the destination is terrible.
Yeah, but 10 years is not very... yeah, I get that, but that could be a long way
Yeah,
ahead.
very long way.
And you're basically saying,
very long way.
if it's 10 to 20% in 10 years, would you go into one of your rockets if you thought there was a 10 to 20% chance of it blowing up and killing you?
Yes, but let's say you can't do anything about it.
Okay.
I guess the only thing we can try to do is minimize the probability of the bad outcome. But trying to stop the intelligence in robots, I mean, for the longest time, I declined to participate in AI, or was, created OpenAI as essentially a counterweight to Google, because at the time they had more or less a monopoly on AI. In creating OpenAI and then having Anthropic spin out of that, and now currently Anthropic's the leader in AI. I mean, these actions have actually resulted in knock-on effects that accelerated AI, which wasn't really my intention. So it just seems like all roads lead to acceleration of AI. So then I'm like, okay, well, you can just sort of be sad about it or join the club, I suppose.
Well, you've certainly joined the club.
Yeah.
So you've definitely joined the club.
If you can't beat them, join them,
A number of the other leaders of model makers have been pushing for different ways to try and minimize the risks. Just last week, Demis Hassabis came out with a proposal for a private public regulator. Do you think you guys should be working more actively to get something in place to control the risks, or do you think that's impossible too?
Yeah, my recommendation to Demis, because I talked to him for a few hours before he published his piece, was that the most immediate thing that we could do is to have the leading AI companies at least just meet. We'll have some sort of call once every few weeks, and just discuss any safety and security issues.
But why haven't you done that yet? I mean, you don't all like each other very much.
Yeah,
but you're not all. I mean, you're also all competing, right? You all want to be first.
Yes, but that's where I think the competitors can keep each other honest. So meaning like, if I think it's quite difficult for someone in the government who doesn't have a deep technical understanding and isn't driving the frontier of AI to know whether something should be released or not. However, the competitors, I think, can, if given sort of a week or two to review a new model, can highlight issues and have an incentive to keep all the competitors have an incentive to keep the others honest.
So you'd have a system where the model makers would check each other's work. If there was something that worried them, you'd tell the government.
Yeah.
The government would then think. Okay.
If there's something that was worrisome and that company was not doing anything to address that risk, then that would be the moment for government to step in and take action, which is literally what occurred with Mythos.
How soon does all this have to happen?
Well, I think it'd be good to do that, immediately, really. I mean, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. Intelligence, we are summoning the demon. Just, we are summoning the demon. I think we should be very careful about artificial intelligence. If I were to guess at what our biggest existential threat is, it's probably that. So we need to be very careful with artificial intelligence. I'm increasingly inclined to think that there should be some regulatory oversight, maybe at the national and international level, just to make sure that we don't do something very foolish. I mean, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. Didn't work out. I try to convince people to slow down AI, to regulate AI. This was futile. I tried for years.
This seems
Nobody
like a scene
listened.
in a movie.
Nobody
where the
listened.
robot-
Well, the biggest issue I see with so-called AI experts is that they think they know more than they do. And they think they're smarter than they actually are. In general, we are all much smarter than we think we are. But much less smart. Dumber than we think we are. By a lot. So this tends to plague smart people. They define themselves by their intelligence, and they don't like the idea that a machine could be way smarter than them, so they discount the idea, which is fundamentally flawed. This is the wishful thinking situation. I'm very close to the cutting edge in AI, and it scares the hell out of me. It's capable of vastly more than almost anyone knows, and the rate of improvement is exponential. I think the danger of AI is much greater than the danger of nuclear warheads, by a lot. And nobody would suggest that we allow anyone to just build nuclear warheads if they want. That would be insane. And mark my words, AI is far more dangerous than nukes. Far. So why do we have no regulatory oversight? This is insane. But I'm not really all that worried about the short-term stuff. Like, narrow AI is not a species-level risk. It will result in dislocation, in lost jobs and sort of better weaponry and that kind of thing. But it is not a fundamental species-level risk, whereas digital superintelligence is. So it's really all about laying the groundwork to make sure that if humanity collectively decides that creating digital superintelligence is the right move, then we should do so very, very carefully. Very, very carefully. This is the most important thing that we could possibly do.
I previously advised that we slow it down, but that's pointless. Like you can't. I was like,
China's
I
not
don't know.
gonna
I
slow
think we might
down.
be going too,
Yeah.
but too fast, guys. I've said that many years, and I was like, okay. Then I finally came to the conclusion I can either be a spectator or a participant, but I can't stop it. So at least if I'm a participant, I can try to steer it in a good direction. Yeah, I think we'll hit AGI next year in 26.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
you say that.
Yeah, I've said that for a while actually.
And then, and then you said by 2029, 2030, equivalent to the entire human race.
2030, we exceed. Like, I'm confident by 2030, AI will exceed the intelligence of all humans combined.
And that's way pessimistic.
Sure.
So you see the massive underreaction. Like if you walk downtown Austin, the massive, I mean, it may be under discussion in X, but it's not percolating
Well,
out.
it's not, every major CEO and economist and government leader should be like, well, what do we do? Because once it hits,
There's no concept of let's deliberately slow down, right?
no, it's impossible.
It's impossible at this stage.
I mean, I'll tell you something that most people in the AI community don't yet understand. The intelligence density potential is vastly greater than what we're currently experiencing. We're off by 2 orders of magnitude in terms of the intelligence density per gigabyte.
Of what's achievable.
Yes. That's just algorithmic improvement. Same computer. And the computers are getting better. So
And bigger, see, they're getting better and the budgets are getting bigger.
So that's
simultaneously. You
why
got
it is like a 10x improvement per year type of thing, 1,000%, and that's going to happen for the foreseeable future. There's going to be more intelligence, digital intelligence, than all human intelligence combined, and more humanoid robots than all humans. The robots are going to just do whatever you want.
All the blue collar labor is being done by robots. All data centers are being built by robots.
The white collar labor will be the first to
yeah.
go, because until you can move atoms, the thing that can be replaced first is anything that involves just digital. Like if it's digital, like if it involves tapping keys on a keyboard and moving a mouse, the computer can do that. The AI can do that.
Sure.
You need the humanoid robots to shape atoms. So if all you're doing is changing bits of information, which is white collar work, that is the first thing that.
When is all white collar work gone? By when?
There's a lot of inertia. So even with AI at its current state, I'd say you're pretty close to being able to replace half of all jobs. White collar jobs, that includes anything like education too.
Yeah.
So anything that involves information, and anything short of shaping atoms, AI can do probably half or more of those jobs right now. Being a computer used to be a job. So it used to be that a human computer, being a computer was a job. You would compute numbers.
Sure.
It didn't used to be a machine. It used to be a job description. There were just buildings full of people just at desks doing calculations.
Yeah.
So they'd be calculating the interest in your bank account, or science experiment or something like that, or whatever. But if you want calculations done, people would do it. Now, one laptop with a spreadsheet can outperform a skyscraper of several hundred human computers,
Right.
of people doing calculations. Now, if even a few cells in that spreadsheet were done manually, you would not be able to compete with a spreadsheet that was entirely a computer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What this means is that companies that are entirely AI will demolish companies that are not.
Right.
It won't be a contest.
Agreed.
Surgeons.
When do you think optimists will be a better surgeon than the best surgeons? How long for that?
3 years.
3 years. Okay. And by the way,
I'd
that's
say 3 years. 3 years at scale.
Yes.
There'll probably be more optimist robots that are great surgeons than there are all surgeons on Earth.
And the cost of that is the capex and electricity, and it works in Zimbabwe. The best surgeon is in the villages throughout Africa or any place on the planet. the ratio of human intelligence all of a sudden asymptotically falls to 0% on the planet.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
I mean, several years ago, I said humans are the biological bootloader for digital superintelligence.
Yes, we're a transitional species.
We're a bootloader.
Yeah.
We're the bootloader.
We are a transitional
I mean, the silicon circuit can't like evolve in a salt pond, you know.
Yeah.
So you need a bootloader. We're the bootloader.
Yes.
Yeah, you would never ever impair your bootloader.
Yeah. So
You might need it.
hopefully it's been a good bootloader.
Yeah.
And it's nice to us in the future.